Coach Smith about returning to where you used to coach? Because obviously that was a big week for you when you went back to Boulder.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of emotions. I think, you know, for him going back, and just a lot of connections and relationships that you had, you know, working with players, coaches, staff. It was a great experience for me, and even better coming on the winning end of it. But no, I think he'll be going through a lot of emotions this week. It'll be an exciting opportunity for him.
Coach Smith kind of said on Monday that he thought Jake Stanford did a good job disguising defenses, made Jake a little uncomfortable. Is there anything you guys can kind of do to get him back on track against a really good Washington defense?
Yeah, no, there were some snaps. You know, obviously the interception. You know, I think he just misread the coverage and did some things to, you know, confuse him a little bit. I also think he made some pretty good throws and did a lot of good things in that game. But yeah, there was a couple that I think he'd like to have back. And then, you know, speaking to Washington, I mean, they're, you know, year in and year out one of the top defenses in the Pac-12, if not the country. They're really sound. The coaches do a hell of a job preparing those guys, and then they've got a lot of veteran players that have played a lot of ball on that defense. So it's going to be, you know, a big challenge for us, but at the same time, an awesome opportunity for our guys to go play against some really quality competition.
And Coach, can you also just talk about the need for just better pass protection, being able to give Jake or whoever is behind center just a few more seconds to be able to go through coverage so it makes throws? Yeah,
it's something that, you know, we talk about a lot, and it's been an issue for us all year. You know, and it's something, you know, our offensive line, I think you know, I say it every week, I think it's not just on the offensive line. I think they got a lot of stuff that they can clean up with it, but it's as much on the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands. It's as much on the receivers understanding to have urgency and go in on routes. So I think there's a lot of different, you know, factors when we go back and look at it that we got to get better. But the bottom line is, you know, we can't take as many sacks as we've taken this year. We've got to improve in that area. Yeah.
Trevon's been pretty explosive, especially with Jake back. Can you just talk about his season this year?
Yeah, I've been excited about Trevon. I know that in spring football and fall camp, he showed flashes of creating some explosive plays and doing some things. I love the way that he competes on game day, and he's one of those guys that can just think and function, you know, in tough environments and competitive situations. So I really respect him for that. Yeah, and I think those guys, really the whole receiving corps has a really good feel with Jake out there and plays with some confidence, and that's been good to see.
Hipper got quite a few reps in the last game. Some of the young guys did. Was that by design, just to give these guys a look?
Yeah. And some of those guys, they're in their 4 games, so they can still redshirt. We're just trying to get them a little taste of the action and get them some experience, and you know, let them see kind of what it's like. And I think those guys, you know, Brandon, he's got a tremendous upside for the future, and yeah, I think it was a quality learning experience for him, but that's the way you learn and get better. Go out there and do it.
Nothing unique about playing in Husky Stadium that, you know, makes it a tough venue to get, aside from the fact the team's really good.
yeah, the team being really good is the toughest deal. But they took the track out of there, and since they took the track out of there, the fans are a little bit more on top of you, and they're having a heck of a season, and you know, they're still competing for the Pac-12 championship and the Rose Bowl potentially. So I know they've got a ton to play for, and the fans are on top of you. It's an awesome setting for college football, right on the lake there, and so I think our guys got to embrace the opportunity and enjoy the experience. But yeah, the crowd noise, and they're one of the fans that seem to really be into the game and understand the game as far as that. So it's a definitely tough environment to play.
How do you kind of balance that, getting some of those younger guys in, still kind of in the flow of the game? I think you guys obviously still want to win games. How do you kind of balance how much time you get them in and when you get them in?
Just how much I think they're ready. You know, some guys are a little bit more ready, and we have some specific packages for guys where we don't necessarily, they're not going to be in there having to run the whole plan. They can run a, you know, small package of things that they've repped during the week that we feel like they can go out and execute. But yeah, we're going to try to put our best guys out there that give us the best opportunity to win the game, and but at the same point, we want to get some of those young guys that we feel like have really big upside and have, you know, opportunity to really help us down the line, and get those guys just a little taste of action these last couple games.
Are teams changing how they defend your running game now? That you've had some great games early in the season. Have you seen a difference in the way they're trying to stop you?
Well, I think, Jamar's had a heck of a run, and I think, when you look at our offense, I'm sure the defensive coordinators are saying that's a, playmaker and a guy that's had a lot of success for him. We're going to try to do what we can to stop him and make him beat you through the air. And yeah, I feel like people have, came out with the mentality they want to load up and do what they can to stop the run and make us throw the football. And it's been nice the last 3 weeks, really. This last week, not as much, but against SC and Colorado, being able to kind of get that pass game clicking a little bit to where people can't just totally load up against Jamar in our front. But it was nice to see. I thought our run game got going a little bit better than it had been the last 2 weeks, and it was nice to see Jamar get back over 100 yards.
Hodgins didn't get many targets this past weekend. Was that just because when they played him, or?
Yeah, I think he had one that he dropped that he'd like to have back, and a few more that I think the ball was going there. We had to scramble or what, and protection broke down. I think just some games the ball finds you a little bit more than others, but he's an outstanding player and he's had a great year for us, and so I think that's something as an offensive staff that we're trying to find ways to get him the ball. But I do like the way that looking at the statistics of it, I like how the ball's been spread around. Trayvon, Timmy, and Isaiah both, they're all kind of in the same ballpark as far as number of catches, and I think that's good where defenses can't just gang up, on a certain guy.